life that when you try to control things, you have no opportunity to enjoy anything. Control the things that you can control. Your task, though, is not to control the wind, but to direct the movement of your sail so it stays on its divine path. So, what is control? There's many ways that a person may display what control is. There's many ways that a person can control. A person can control another person, can control an object. Spiritually, a person can control how they direct their spirit. So, control is the power of influence. Control directs a person's behavior. Control also directs the course of an event. Most important than anything, though, is self-control. When some people think of control, they think of it in a negative aspect. When in all, it's both negative and positive aspects to control. Think of it as a group experiment that a scientist may do for results to a new medicine, a new medication, for something that would benefit the society as a whole. It's called a control. This here is a positive aspect of control because it's a benefit for all, or maybe for a specific group if the medicine is for a specific group of people. Controlling a machine, controlling a car. You are in control. You direct the movement of the machine. You direct the movement of the car. Unless the car loses control. And at this point, you will determine if this control was mistaken by yourself or this control was mistaken by a malfunction of that machinery. When someone is trying to be in control, a person may put forth restrictions of activities or restraints. Someone may refrain from something emotionally or with their actions. Control is limiting or regulating something. Let's think about it like a headquarter. I always have this issue where if I'm speaking to a representative of something, I'm always asking for the corporate office or something. What would a business be without a control center? Without a headquarter? A place to verify something? The control key to something? The power of influence and how it directs itself towards a behavior when it comes to control. think of it again as this group do an experiment with the scientists. The scientist controls this course of action. It controls this course of the event for something subsiding or becoming better. So which one of us will go around and tell the scientists, no, I don't want you to have control. No, we want you to have that control. That control of that machinery. You putting yourself out there and counteracting your own behavior as you are behind a machine or a car or something like that. You control the knobs, you control the switch, you control the buttons, but you cannot control the next person as they are behind their machine. That power of influence, it directs that behavior, as you cannot control that other person that is driving home. But the restriction of an activity, that restraint that you put out there with control, do you really have the control that you think you have? The restriction of an activity, like for an example, I always like to use myself as an example. I'm not good at pointing fingers, only if I must. Restrictions of an activity. For an example, when I don't like people to come in my household with shoes on, that's me putting up my boundaries, but also me controlling that situation. Me wanting to control that event, that action from occurring. That's why I don't put much emphasis on it. If someone don't, I used to. I remember being a karmic. I remember. But if an ambulance or something had to come to my household, which happened in the past, I did not have control over them removing their shoes because of the situation. I didn't have control over my plumber or electrician coming and needing to walk across my floor with their shoes on. I could have, but the situation subsided. The control. Do your control take you out of your direct behavior of temperance, of balance? You have to think about it like that sometimes. Like, what if a situation occurred? Am I to control my temper, control myself, in order to understand that it's possibilities for me not to control a situation such as my floor? What ifs? What ifs? That's what you put in the place of it. What if I need to do this? What if I need a person to go inside of my house in an emergency situation? What if? That itself will put you at a calm mind when learning to deal with your control. Limiting and regulating something is control. If someone is trying to regulate someone's temperature, regulate someone's medication intake, all are things that need limitations, need control. When you put each situation in the place of another, and just imagine that situation been similar to one that do not take you out of your emotions, it is easier to be in control. of everything. Someone may be trying to control a situation by spying on someone. You may be trying to control your own self or someone by watching them and spying on them and thinking that if you do decide to spot something that will bring you out of your direct emotions, how will this control even be interacted? It's dominance. That's what it is. Some people just want their dominance, their ego, their sense of pride. A card game, let's think of it, poker. You must have control. You must have control over keeping that game in your vision and keeping control of money that you actually are spending on a game if you're playing for money. Managers, supervisors, control. And they give the influence and authority that is needed to run a business with rules and to take charge. But some don't see the guidance. Some don't see the influence because they are swayed by their own ego to be in control. They fail to become a master at controlling themselves. Remain calm. Limit your level of control. Someone may be trying to control a thermostat for heat or air. Someone may be trying to control their leadership, and that's a good thing. You want to be right though when you are trying to take control. You want to be a master of your commands when you control. We want to control not only anger, but control insects and diseases. And we have things and people that are in place in hierarchies to make sure that this control trickles down to the general public. When you no longer have a possibility to manage something, then you realize that there's no control. You have something under control when you are successful in dealing with it. You will realize that when you are in a jurisdiction, the government is in control. Hey, unless you want to become the government, then, hey, increase your power. Increase your leadership. Instead of being decisive and going off fate, some decide to lack that control. And it leads to delays. Because a change is always needed in order to learn how to control a situation. Waiting. Having your mind focused on divine timing will counteract any kind of bad timing. Being committed instead of being erratic. When you lack direction, you lack control. You're in the blind, you're lost when you don't have control, when you don't have determination, the willpower. Some try to even tame control. They use their courage, and they're daring and reckless. But their fear always take over when the control do not last. There's daredevils, individuals that are impatient, show-offs, people that are loud. They do not have the passion to be fearless. They are jealous, have no control, and have frustration, become tyrants, stubborn and overly obsessive because they cannot get the control that they want. It makes them harsh, makes them thoughtless, makes them cringe up and angry, where they ball their hands up tight like they're squeezing a lemon. But all it takes is compassion. It takes maturity and emotional balance in order to get what you want out of control. An individual that is in control is spiritually guided. They are patient. They're not depressed and unstable and irregular. They're dependable and safe. They know how to save money. They know how to gather security. Know how to budget and hold on to collateral. While a person that has no control is gluttony. Don't know how to hold on to money. Want to do white collar crimes and embezzlement. Overspends. There's no control in that. These type of people have itch. Yes, itch. They itch because they urge and they thirst the knowledge and they hunger because they want to know and they want to learn how to control when there's only one way to be in control, and that's when you are completely in a divine state. When you are in the divine state, you are in charge. You are the ruler. Because you know at that point that you are not moved by your own energy. You are moved by the energy of the universe. I see so many people that want to be in control. They want to control a relationship. They want to control someone else not being with another person. They want to control their children. They want to control situations. But I'm here today to let you know that you are not in control if you try to do the controlling. You are only making yourself depressed. These the type of people that I said are in the closet. Just violent. Probably non-committal. Just cons. Unkind person. Just irresponsible. The divine is in control. No one can control what the divine have for a person's path. No one can control it. At that moment, when you think that you are in control, that's when the Wheel of Fortune come in reverse. That's when bad luck comes. That's when things start going up shit creek in your life. You try to cling to control. It's a disorder. It's unwelcoming. External forces will eat you alive. You gotta understand that even if you do decide to go against the divine and make your frustrations, your anger, or anything cause you to delay a process, delay a situation, delay someone doing anything, it's gonna come back and hit you tenfold. You have no power to do that unless you are completely in the energy of the divine. It's a karmic situation. It's karmic to try to control anything that is outside of your own dealings. That means that if it's not meant to be controlled by you, it will show. Do you know how it will show? It will show with disappointment and distress. Anything that's in your control brings you complete happiness, complete understanding. When something is out of your control, you will see the wheel turn and you will see chaos and destruction, and your tower will fall. I'm Guru Tree, and that's your message for today. Bye for now.